Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this week's episode of The Nerd is the Word. I am Josh,
I'm Jeff.
and we saw a thing. 4 hours of a thing.
Yeah, it was a lot of a thing,
Oh,
and
it was so.
and
I
not
was.
not to mention it's exciting because we get to talk about the thing, which was awesome.
So I've been waiting
Um,
for this since we watched it, or since I watched it.
this is our 20th episode.
I know it's. God,
We've been doing this. This is the 20th time we've done this. It does not feel like 20 times.
it doesn't. I mean, and like we said 1,000 times, this is the most fun I can have in any given week.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Like I
oh
said, it doesn't feel like 20 times, but we've done it 20 times apparently. So
yeah,
I don't know. We're almost to 50 subscribers on YouTube. It's weird.
I know.
I remember
I'm,
when it was 2 and it was us.
yeah. Who are your two subscribers? Well, there's me, and then there's the other guy that hosts it. So that's us.
So that's us.
But
Just those two. This is wild.
yeah.
This is
Before we get into the
wild.
whole Justice League thing, how are you, my friend? What have you done this week?
Uh, Worked and watched basketball.
Okay, I feel you. I feel you.
It's March Madness. Bama is 2-0. We are still in the tournament. It is wild. I am enjoying this.
It's I hear there are words coming out of your mouth, but when they get here, they go, "This motherfucker doesn't know what he's talking about." But no, yeah, I knew March Madness was happening. I just, you know me, I'm not. I've never followed sports. I don't know
It
why.
doesn't surprise me.
It doesn't surprise anyone. But no,
You're too busy watching movies. That's why.
yeah, true. No, with me, a lot of DC stuff in the week. Watch Justice League, obviously.
Obviously.
Um, I've been reading, which everyone's, oh my god, you can read? Yeah, I know. I was shocked. Um, no, I've been on the DC Universe Infinite app because I had a running subscription when I had DC Universe, and I was like, I won't stop it because
Okay.
now it's only reading. So I've been trying to catch up on the modern age Batman books.
Oh, is it just like the comics, like where you
Yeah,
can flip
now
through on your phone?
yeah, now it's just and they don't have every comic. They have some. Like I tried to read the Arkham comics for the games,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't find one of them. Other than that, they have them all like they don't have every Bat book ever, but they have like if they have like 99%. And a
Oh,
lot of them's just okay, I gotta find it online, I'll read it online, whatever. But I've been doing that. Been doing a replay of the Arkham games.
ooh, okay.
Um I played Arkham Asylum, finished Arkham Asylum 100% Saturday or Sunday, one of the two. And then now it's just been Arkham City. And look, those games are so good because they are loosely based on the modern age. Like you can tell the '90s inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
But whoever decided how you're going to do these damn Riddler trophies, I'm gonna beat the hell out of them
They were
because
so annoying sometimes.
it's like you got
No, the worst ones are when you had to throw the batarang and then like, woo, like
oh no,
like
those I can deal with.
obstacle course of batarang. That was the worst for me
The
because
worst for me
I
is
would just like nick a wall and I'd be like,
yeah, and it's just like
start over.
right there.
Mm-hmm.
No, the
Every
worst
time.
for me is like they'll have the shining like placemats, and you got to jump on that and then fly to the other wall and do like a 360 and jump out of a parachute and break your leg, and it's just like okay,
360,
I'm gonna YouTube
360 no
that.
scope superhero landing. Yeah.
Yeah, no shit. And a lot of them, and I try to do it without having to like look it up on YouTube
Mm-hmm.
because it's kind of like okay, these aren't that hard. But if it's like so stupid impossible, it's like okay, gonna mark that one as YouTube.
If I've
But
been here
no,
for 20 minutes, obviously I'm not getting it. So,
yeah, and no, and also Serena decided she made the decision of she wants me to watch Gotham.
I'm so sorry.
Well, we've been talking about the shows that we're going to watch and all that, and Gotham was one of them. From where we first started dating, it was we when we were talking about that.
It's bad.
Yeah, oh, I know. I watched season 1. I was there. I watched
I watched one episode and went, eh.
Well, she says she wants to watch it just so she can see me lose my shit. And I told her, I was
Okay,
like, you
that's
do
fair.
realize,
That's fair.
I was like, you do realize when we start this, we're going to have to finish it, right? And she's like, oh, I know. And I was like, so you obviously know that when it gets to their version of Joker and Bane, I'm going to be having an aneurysm the whole time. And she's like, yeah, I know. I was like, okay, as long as you understand. She said she's never seen me mad or anything. Like we've been dating over a year. Well,
She just go to Walmart with you one day.
yeah, one shift, and I'm sitting there like, you saw this, like, I need a drink. You've been here for 2 minutes. Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
But no, other than that, Justice League, man, Justice League. I've watched it.
Oh, speaking of a drink, I was able to get an Atlanta Hawks labeled beer can. It's wonderful. It's still full, so
it's still full.
It will eventually.
Yeah, my brother used to have he got it for his birthday years ago. It was a Duff beer, but it was an energy drink.
Oh yeah, I think they have. I think I saw those. It was like FYE. They usually
they probably have FYE. Have you ever tried those Ghostbuster candy bars?
Can't say.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah, okay.
Because they had one that's like, it's like filled with like a jelly, and it's like, okay, I like little jelly candies. I'll try it. Worst case scenario, I hate it. Yeah,
you hate it.
No. Though I know why people collect them and they don't fucking eat them. But no, so. Oh, and also, I'll show you guys, as you obviously can tell. Funko is my thing.
He has an addiction.
Look, I can stop whenever I want to.
Right.
No, actually, as long as I've been with Serena, I haven't bought as much. Like I was telling her, like, I used to spend like $150.
So what you're saying is you had to start buying her food, and then just things went downhill. That's fair. Yeah.
But they put out the Deathstroke, and I had to get this. It's awesome. It's awesome, and Deathstroke's my guy. And I also had to get, and well, Serena asked me why, because as everyone knows, I have one favorite Disney movie and one favorite book, Peter Pan.
Okay.
Don't ask me why, because I will never understand why. I just love it. I had to go out and buy the Barnes and Noble one for $5. I was like, it's $5. But Justice League.
Oh.
We waited for. Yeah. When did release the Snyder Cut start the movement? Was it?
I believe it was about one day after it premiered.
1 hour. They didn't even get through it. They're like,
as soon as the first showing was done, release the Snyder Cut.
We waited. We looked at the stills. We've talked about it on here a couple of times. We didn't want to. Let me adjust the chair. We didn't want to speculate too much because we knew that we weren't getting paid to make the movie. So, but
we'll just wait and enjoy it. And enjoy it. We did.
We saw it. Your thoughts?
There were some parts that so it was 4 hours, right? So obviously it wasn't like the theatrical cut. So there were some parts that I was just like, I don't really need this. Like we could cut this.
Yeah, with a 4-hour movie, that's gonna happen.
Yeah, basically we got all the shots that they were gonna keep and all the shots that they weren't. So it was a little tough sometimes to make it through it, just because you get to the shots that we're not gonna keep this, and you're like I see why.
That serenade of Aquaman was like maybe
did not need that whatsoever.
That was a minute too long.
the scene just didn't need to exist ever.
Like I don't understand why she had to smell the sweater. I mean, look, I get it. Jason Momoa is a good-looking man. Serena has told me multiple times if he came here and was like, "Hey, you're coming with me," she'd be like, "Deuces," and bounce. And if she didn't, I'd ask her what the hell's going on. And I've told her, if Jason Momoa came here and looked at me and said, "You with me," I'd be like, "Deuces, I'm going." But I didn't need the whole like.
It probably smelled salty, if we're being honest, but you know,
Yeah,
it
I
it also looked a lot like the fake Akbar from the Mandalorian. It looked a lot like that sweater too.
didn't it though? The Mama Voorhees sweater. Oh, but no,
But yeah,
it,
like so,
I love
like there was that scene. There was a couple of like the slow mo scenes that I was like, all right, this has gone on kind of long just because you made 1 minute literally take five.
Yeah, I didn't need the whole like slow mo lineup of all of them. Like that was just it was too Avengers for me because Age of
Yeah,
Ultron did the
ironically, that was Zack Snyder and not Joss Whedon. Who would
exactly.
have
But
known?
hey, and there were parts of it that were like, did we need this? But it's also like, look, we waited for this. We're gonna enjoy every part and then mock it afterwards.
Yes, that's yeah. So one of my let's I want to hear your thoughts on it, but my favorite thing that I found out was actually Zack Snyder was the what's your superpower? I'm rich. That was actually Snyder that made that joke.
I love that. That is, and it's look, we said last week, Marvel is more of the kid friendly, we're gonna make jokes and all that. And DC is more of the yeah, you're about to get shredded.
Yeah. Very very
But
dark. Very dark.
it was good to have a little bit of humor in it. Like the I always have a meat snack. Like that was hilarious. I love that.
That was something that I didn't know I wanted, but it was kind of funny.
I that whole scene I loved. The whole Barry Allen
It
speech.
took so long.
It did.
I
It
get
took
that you want to set up like him and Iris, but good lord, did that drag?
yeah, it did. But like I love the music over it. I love the whole him like ripping out of his shoes that had lightning bolts on it.
That
Just
I
that
will
whole
admit that was that part was kind of cool because like I don't think they had ever done that, even in like
I
the
don't
TV show or anything like with Grant
I don't
Gustin. Like
recall
I
them
don't
doing
think
that.
yeah
That's the
like
first
that
time
was
I
it was like a very Hulk like
yeah,
transformation where
like
it just like
showing how much power he has that all he had to do
it
was
literally exploded his shoes.
like he moved he didn't even like walk. He just turned and his shoes were like, okay, screw this.
I'm gonna use
But
a sports reference. His shoes pulled a Zion Williamson. Like, you're gonna go look that up later, and you're gonna understand what I'm talking about. But he literally like he pivoted on his foot, and then his shoe just went, and like his foot came out of the shoe mid game. It
yeah,
was it was wild. There were a lot of people that got some phone calls about some shoes after that. Like, hey, I'm not gonna break my ankle because your shoe's gonna just.
yeah. But no, I loved the whole even the window, like where it looked like it bent out and then it broke. Just
Uh,
the
did
cinematography is beautiful in this movie. The
did did
whole
you
every
did you see the meme that I posted on the page?
which one?
The one about that scene. It said of course this window of course Barry Allen broke this window because as we all know Windows doesn't support Flash anymore.
That's awesome.
And it was just the scene of like his finger like this and then just like
But
the shards
I
of
did
glass.
love it because Zach, and even in all of his movies, he has a gift of they're playing a scene and he'll have a song going over. It's like, okay, it actually kind of does fit the scene.
Yeah.
It feels good, and that
Very,
was
very
beautiful.
James Gunn like.
Yes, one thing I really wish they wouldn't have changed from Whedon's version was Icky Thump over Aquaman.
Which part are we making reference to?
When he's walking down the dock and he's chugging the whiskey.
Yeah.
Icky Thump was perfect. This one was kind of like, did we need like smooth jazz over Aquaman? Aquaman's the alcoholic uncle. Of course, White Stripes is going to be playing over him. But I mean, it worked. That was one of those parts where I was like,
the one thing that I missed from the Whedon cut was the Aquaman sitting on the lasso. I
yes.
missed that. So that scene was so good, and
The second
it felt weird not having it in there. I was just like, I kept waiting for it, and I was like, wait, I'm
the
probably not
second that I
getting
saw it wasn't in there. I was like, oh, he's gonna say something about that.
it was just such a good scene.
It was, and here's the thing: the Whedon cut, it was kind of a garbage movie, but there were some parts in parts in the movie that was like, okay, that was good. And
it had
Aquaman
moments, and that was the
yeah,
problem, was it was only moments. It wasn't a
yeah,
good movie.
like Aquaman sitting on the and you, whew, wow, you're gorgeous. That was funny. And when he gets up, he looks flash the say anything, tell anyone about this, and you'll meet every piranha I know. That was funny. And in this, it was more of like, it did feel like they kind of cut all of Aquaman's good lines out.
Well, just the funny lines. It wasn't necessarily like the good lines. It was just the funny lines that got cut.
Yeah, and I mean, and one thing, and here's the thing, it was inevitable that she was going to be mentioned. Am I the only one who noticed that Amber Heard was British in this movie, but in Aquaman,
No.
she really wasn't?
Well, so again, I think that this was probably what Snyder wanted.
Yeah.
But after he left Justice League, they went different directions for all the movies, including Aquaman. So you then had not Snyder being able to voice his opinion on it. And
yeah, well, I watched. I was like,
who was the guy that did the? It's the guy that did all the Fast and Furious movies. Was it James Woo that directed Aquaman?
I think so. You looking it up?
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to. I think James Woo, James Wan, something like that.
Oh yeah, it might be James Wan.
James Wan sticks out to me for some reason.
Yeah, James Wan. Because he's the guy that did like what did he do? He did like the Fast and Furious, and like I remember him doing a couple of the Fast and Furious movies.
Didn't he do like Insidious or The Conjuring or something like that? Or Saw?
That doesn't necessarily sound like movies that he would have made, but I mean, let me.
I'm not 100%. Sure.
Oh yeah, he did the Conjuring too.
Yeah, I knew he did one of those. It was a horror movie.
Yeah, he did Furious 7. Oh, I mean, he did the original Saw. Okay.
Yeah.
All
right.
Like I'm fine with that.
The Snyder, it was good. The Snyder Cut was everything I hoped it was going to be.
He was a producer for the new Mortal Kombat movie.
Ooh,
we like that. Oh, he did like all the Saws. Yeah, he did one.
All the what?
All the Saws. He did Saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Final, Annabelle, Insidious Chapter 3, The Conjuring 2, Annabelle, Jigsaw.
Yeah, he does mainly horror. I mean, I know Aquaman was kind of like the one that stood out, or was one of his like first, other than like Fast and Furious and all that.
Yeah, he was like he was a producer on all those movies, and then he was director for Saw, Insidious, The Conjuring 2, Insidious 2. The big one that I remember was Furious 7 because I don't watch horror films, so I remember him as the guy that did like one of the Fast and Furious movies, and it went from that and then straight into Aquaman, and then now Aquaman 2. He is the director for. They brought him back to do that.
But the Snyder Cut, it was everything I wanted it to be and more.
Yeah, so like I think that was probably the reason, because this was supposed to come out pre-Aquaman, right? This is supposed to come out pre-Aquaman and Wonder Woman, right? Maybe not Wonder Woman, but I know Aquaman.
Yeah, because Aquaman picks up after it, because even Mara says, you defeated Steppenwolf. So.
Yes, it came out 2017, and then it was supposed to lead into
Aquaman came out in 2018.
I think.
Yeah, 2018. I was working at animes when it
so Wonder Woman came out 2017 as well. I wonder if it was before or after.
No,
Can
I had just started Walmart when Aquaman came out because it came out that Christmas or that December.
so Wonder Woman came out 5 months prior to Justice League. Oh, so that explains why they had what's his name from the Harry Potter movies. Even in that was one thing, a detail that I noticed was that in
Yeah,
the
as Ares,
as Ares, like they CGI'd him to look like
a younger person.
the yeah, like the younger version of that guy from, I can't remember, what was he Lupin?
Yeah, he was
Yeah. So it was, and they just made it look like a younger bald version of that, which it was funny seeing him bald. It was just like, oh, okay, all right, well,
It was funny seeing it, but no, I mean this movie was everything I wanted it to be because
I wouldn't
there
go I wouldn't go everything I wanted it to be, but it was very, it
there
hit a
really
lot of the
wasn't
spots that I wanted.
there really wasn't a time where I was bored as much as it was like there were times where I was trying to figure out why this was important.
Yeah, there was
Him singing wasn't important.
yeah, because there were, that's what I was saying. Like there was a lot of the extra stuff that probably gets cut before a theatrical release, but because
Yeah.
we get everything they shot, we get everything they shot, even the bad stuff.
But I
But
mean,
it was like a, it was watchable even for all 4 hours. It filled in a lot of holes, and
it did.
it made the things that should have been important, that just seemed like it got washed over in the Whedon, like the Justice League. It like kind of fixed some of those like plot holes that we were like, why is this, like why did you like mention this for 2 seconds and then never mention it again? Like what's going on?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, and now I'm trying to think back. There really weren't any parts of that movie that I didn't feel or that I felt that it didn't in some way help it progress. It wasn't like, I mean, yes, them singing, that was okay. I don't need that. I don't need like the weird like orgy of song over Aquaman.
The so the lyrics made sense with what like
You
what was
know,
happening, but it was in Icelandic. So unless you
yeah.
speak Icelandic, like you'd have to wait till after to figure that out.
Wouldn't that be a surprise if I was like, yeah, well, it says this in Icelandic, and I just started spitting it out. Where did you learn Icelandic?
I just to figure out what that song said. That's what. Don't underestimate me.
But no, like, yeah, I'm trying to think. There really weren't any parts that I was like, oh my god, okay, really, you're gonna have this? It was more of like a, okay, I can see where that's important. I loved seeing J. Jonah Jameson back as Kamish.
Yeah,
That was awesome. I didn't know.
I had forgotten about that, to be honest, and I was like,
So
oh
did I.
yeah, that's
Well,
right.
they didn't really say it. At least I don't think they did in Justice League. But the man he's talking to is Crispus Allen, one of Gotham's like lead detectives.
Yeah,
I
that was that okay. So that was my favorite thing about this movie. Right, was that it was all of the little things that didn't mean anything for that
yes,
movie, but were going to mean everything going forward. So
yes, where
they set up the Atom.
yeah,
They set up the Atom with the guy that because he was the guy that Cyborg's dad was working with in
hmm
the movie. That got taken out. They set up the Martian Manhunter. They took out both of those scenes.
oh, that was so great.
They showed two lanterns being dead,
Yeah,
which was wild. But also they might have been referencing that in the newspaper headline where they were talking about um, how like the Bank of Gotham was getting like a new architect or whatever, which it might have been a reference to John Stewart, who was an architect before he was
yeah,
chosen to be the Green Lantern. So that
yeah.
would have been three setups that we never got. I feel like there's still one more that I'm missing because it set up like four people. I was like, it was like every hour it was like, oh,
I'm trying to think. They set up a lot where it was like you could have like 9 movies that just branch out and it wouldn't
exactly,
feel.
yeah.
I mean, wow. I we watched it. I watched it Friday because I was gonna wait till Sunday to watch it with my old
Ooh, here
roommate.
we go. This might tell me. Yeah. So, and the biggest thing was like the fact that because it set up what was supposed to be the Ben Affleck Batman movie too. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
That was
because that
the
was gonna be
yeah
Deathstroke and yeah.
yeah, and then so it set up Ryan Choi as the Atom. The fact that they completely cut Cyborg out of the Justice League like that killed me.
That just felt like disrespect.
That like they might have been able to do like a Superman, like a Man of Steel 2, because they set up the fact that at the end of the movie that Lois was pregnant, and
Connor Ken.
and
Well,
so
depending.
so one of the things that I read was that Zach had already confirmed that what they wanted to do was to make was as the have the Kent kid have like no powers, like no Superman powers, but have Batman take him up
Mhm.
as a Robin. That was something that Snyder himself had revealed. And if Mark Bernardin
I'm
says
about
it,
to
it's
cry.
pretty much true. So I'll believe it.
Oh, I would have loved that. Oh my god, that would be awesome.
Yeah, it was like the just
Have him take
hearing
him up
what
as
could have
Robin.
been was so. It was just so beautiful to find out like all the things that could have been, and seeing like, oh, we could have had this, we could have had this.
Yes. Well, and here's the thing: if this movie does well, we could still get it. Maybe.
Yeah, so that was
I
I
mean, there's
would
already.
I would just absolutely love like any if we do end up getting it, like please, even if it's just like animated, like you don't even have to have, you can just call people in for voice work, whatever, just animate it. Like
Well,
I
there's already
just
a new movie going out for Restore the Snyderverse.
yeah, like I want to see what Justice League 2, Justice League 3 would have looked like, because like
I
they
do
set up
too. I want to see the dark side because it looks like they're going to do like the Apocalypse War.
mm,
I want to see that. I want to see decide. I want to see Granny goodness.
yes, all of that just was, it looked so good on the other side of that boom tube. That was such a good
That
shot,
was so
just to see
cool.
them and the army looking and just like superhero posing back at them when
That
they throw Steppenwolf's body back in there and Wonder Woman just like cuts off his head, and then you just see Darkseid like crush it under his
was
boot.
that was
Oh, that
so.
was so good.
And here's my thing. I think that we just watched them kind of tie in Flashpoint
I mean, they
because when
could
Barry was
if they could theoretically have Flashpoint reset to to this point.
even when Barry was running, he was like, make your own future, make
Yeah,
your own past,
yeah.
and
Like
I
it
was,
because
I was like, oh, don't do it, Barry. Actually, yes, do it,
do it.
Barry. Do it.
Like I
Run,
feel like
Barry.
this was like the whole thing was like, I think the Flash movie was still planned before all of this.
I
And
think
it
so
was like,
too.
so it's like they probably just used the same script. So this one may be like a leftover setup from Snyder.
Maybe. And look, Zach obviously had a very important vision. And from what I saw, I want it. I
Oh
want it all
yes,
day long because that was
I need it. It
it
looks
was
so good.
so good. I mean,
Can we talk about that nightmare scene at the end with the Joker? Oh my goodness, was that just to see just to see like you had Batman, Deathstroke, you had Amber Heard's
Mara,
character, yeah, Mira. Who else was there? Cyborg was
Cyborg,
still there, Flash was still there, and it was the Flash from the
yeah, from
like
BVS.
from the dream, yeah, from BVS, where he's like,
Had
"Am
like
I
the
too
mustache,
early?
and,
I'm
like the
too
goatee.
early." Yeah. Oh my god, that was so good. And like
Can
to
we talk about the fact that Cyborg had a minigun on his back? It was like, just ready to smoke some bitches.
hey, he just let him do his thing.
What I
Uh,
love is the nightmare scene was essentially injustice.
Yes. That was what I was about to say. It was like it's literally the Injustice storyline, and that story was so good.
Oh yes, and if they want to, the Injustice Superman was Homelander. In all honesty,
You know, you're not wrong. I wanted to say something. I was like, no, that's about right.
The Injustice Superman for the game to come up, it was Homelander.
Mm-hmm.
Tell Henry Cavill, hey, watch both seasons of The Boys, and that's all the research you have to do, and have him come, just like lasering motherfuckers. But no, I thought that was so cool. I love the interaction between Joker and Batman, because in Snyder's, that's the first time we've seen them talk.
And you could feel the history, right? Like it wasn't like
you could feel it.
You
where it
knew
was like,
this wasn't the first time, and they both hated each other, but they realized that like we kind of have to just to fix this.
Well, that you can also sit there and go, oh, they know how to push each other's buttons, and we're seeing it happen. Where it's like,
because you had Joker bringing up the Robin thing, and then Batman brought up Harley.
I was watching it alone because Serena was over. I verbally went, "Get the fuck out of here!" I was just watching. I had to go back and like actually listen to what Bruce was saying when he was like, I told Harley that I would kill you, and I'm gonna fucking kill you. That was for his. And don't be mistaken, I will fucking kill you. That was like, oh, Bruce, yes.
I would say that pretty much like just that scene kind of sums up what the biggest difference was. Is it was just the whole look of the movie.
Yes, I mean,
because like even like the mother boxes look different, but I loved it. Steppenwolf looked different, but it was amazing. You get Black Suit Superman, which was cool as like all hell.
Oh, it was so. I like where Steppenwolf brings down his axe. Superman's like, not impressed. It's like, ooh, Superman burned him, and then he's about to burn him. Ooh. But no, I mean, can we talk about for a second that Cyborg's dad is responsible for Cyborg and the Terminator? Can we talk about that one for a second? Because Cyborg's dad was the scientist from Terminator 2, and it's like, look, don't let this dude in the lab. There's going to be a robot that comes out of that fucking lab. That's all he knows how to do. It's like, look, all we need you to do is make a cast. A robot cast? No,
just
plaster. You mean metal plaster?
You mean a robot? Yeah, I got you, robot.
Yeah, no, look, we need you to literally download Windows 10 onto my laptop. Oh, so you want me to create murder death bots? Okay, I got you.
Oh, so you want the Decepticons? Got it. Yes.
Yeah. So you want some weird liquid metal thing? Okay, I got you, boo. I got you.
That always reminds me of my favorite one of my favorite jokes. It's like a guy sitting at his kitchen table with his gun on his side, and his wife goes, "Honey, why do you always wear a gun like inside the house?" And he's like, "For Decepticons." And then she laughs and he laughs and the toaster laughs. So he shoots the toaster.
Yeah, I love that. It reminds me of like one of the earlier episodes of American Dad when the toast comes out and he starts shooting at the toast. Like, he's like, he shoots the toast. Like, this is just toast. He's like, yeah, this time.
This time.
But no, Cyborg. I mean, can we just talk about the fact that every Cyborg scene, it didn't feel forced. It felt like it belonged there.
Because it did. Okay, that I hated the fact that
even the part where he's looking.
I just hated the fact that we didn't get to see any of that before. Like why was that never in the movie? Like why?
I love the scene where he's listening to the old ass Sony tape recorder. And it was going through his head. It's his father's like, look, you could burn this world if you wanted to. Like every nuke ever, it's at your disposal. We are at your disposal. The trick won't be to do it. It'll be to not do it. And then when he's watching old girl that you won the $100,000 lottery, and I was like, okay, okay, so he knows what's up. He was angsty, but he's getting back there. He's coming back.
I was say that I just enjoyed that scene, like where he was learning how to use his powers, but not doing it like he was from the get go. Like it was always about like helping people. Like it was
Yeah, it
never,
wasn't, hey, look what I can do. It's like,
yeah.
okay, I loved it. I loved it so much. I mean,
It it was just it was so well done of a story, and it just sucks that we got to see like none of it.
I think there was maybe what, two solo cyborg scenes in Justice League, and
And they
this,
both they just pitted him out to be like just angry at everything, and I
yeah,
was
and
like,
this is more of like, look, he has a reason to be pissed. He has full reasoning. I loved it. I mean,
and you get to see like the actual character growth throughout the movie, and
yeah, you
it
get
was
to
just
see him going
beautiful.
from being angry to the, I'm not broken, I'm not alone. It's like, oh, I want more of it. I
I
mean,
did I did because you brought up The Boys, it made me think like because you remember how they had like the movie that they were shooting was the Dawn of the Seven.
yeah,
It uh, Kev was talking about the whole like the Unite the Seven posters and they're making jokes about how
I
there was
remember.
only six of them. I was like, well, there was a Manhunter. I was like,
Well, we were watching that, and they said there's six of us, and Brandon was like, my old roommate were watching this, and he was like, there's seven. And I was like, there is a manhunter.
there's another.
Oh yeah, there's another. Oh, that Martian Manhunter scene though, when he leaves Lois Lane's apartment,
I
and
I
you
will
saw
admit,
his
had
face.
no, oh my god, had no idea it was coming. I just thought it was just like a heartwarming scene from like
And can we talk about the fact that there was a version of that scene in Justice League, and they were just like, "Oh, you remember that part where she turns back into Martian Manhunter? Let's not." That part where what was it? Who was it? General. Who was it?
ooh, let
What
me
was the general's name? I
uh
can't. Now all I'll know him as is Martian Manhunter,
right, yeah.
because I don't think it's John Jones.
No, it was let me see if I can find it. Why have you not listed Martian Manhunter? Why? You've listed
Wow.
like all these other people, but you can't give me Martian Manhunter. I'm down to
Exactly.
Russell Crowe as Jor-El. Like, are you kidding me? Come on now. Why have you not listed this dude?
It's
He's
like
in the movie.
General.
I know. I know
I don't
he's.
want to say like Rossi because that was Marvel, I think.
Yeah. Uh,
Kind of being hurt in Marvel.
you know what? Screw it. We're going to. He was in the Superman movie. We're going to that one.
Yeah, yeah. Just look at
Like
me
I'm gonna be here for a long time. If I just try, like I
for a
just
long
won't
time.
come up. I cannot find it. All right. Show me Man of Steel. It's a movie I still haven't seen.
Dude, it's on HBO Max. I know you don't like Superman, but you need to watch that.
That's
It is.
what even Mark said that he enjoyed it a
I
little
do
bit.
not like
The
Superman,
second like go it like giving it some time and then going back,
yeah.
he enjoyed it more waiting and then rewatching it.
And I'm not a real big Superman fan, but that movie is very good.
Is it this guy? Swanwick. Yeah, that was his name. General
Yeah.
Swanwick. There it is. I had
Well,
to
I,
go to
I just
Man of
like the
Steel to get it
fact.
to pop up.
Yeah, I just like the fact that he walks out, goes from Ma Kent to Martian Manhunter, back to what was it, Swanson?
Swanwick. It's not Ron
Yes.
Swanson, although that would be hilarious.
And it was like, return back from the living. We need you more than you think.
Yeah.
He did.
Also, I wish I knew what the like. Why is she so important? That's something that I'm pissed that we never got to find out. Why is she so important?
I think exact. I mean, I think what it is she did die. She died somehow. I
Well,
think it
yeah,
was
that
more
was the so that was the
that.
even from the nightmare scene. Like you see, you see Superman holding up like her burning corpse, and then that's when
Yeah,
like Darkseid comes and puts his hand on his shoulder, and
I'm thinking that Bruce was supposed to protect her and he didn't. That's why Superman's like gunning for Bruce.
but it's
That
like
just
what,
feels
why was she like? It seems like, I mean, if it's Lois that we know from the movies, like she probably like put herself in that position.
probably,
But
and it might be the fact that she's kind of like his tether to humanity because he does have these abilities that the dude really doesn't have to give a shit what you think. And
yeah,
I think it is, Lois is his tether.
his
Kind of,
kryptonite, if you will.
yeah, his kryptonite. I think it is that she's his kryptonite. She helps him remember that look, just you have these powers, but you can be just as human as us. And then she's gone, and he's like, well, you're all about to die now.
That's basically, I was about to say the only difference, because like we won't know what happened obviously, but in the Injustice game, it was actually it was the Joker that ended up
Yeah, because
like causing her to
yeah,
die, because he
yeah.
like blew up a building with her in it or something like that, and then
I think it was. I think actually Joker made Superman. If I'm remembering, I haven't played that game in so long. I played it when it launched, and that's it. But I think it was that Superman used red because red kryptonite will make Superman go just insane and
mhm.
like evil. I think it was that Joker used red kryptonite and caused him to lose his mind, and he accidentally killed Lois and his pregnant child, or Lois who was pregnant with his child. So,
But yeah,
but
that movie, or not movie, that game was actually like, that storyline was so good. Like to see, it was kind of hinted at with the fact that Deathstroke was on the side of the like the allies at the end, but like in the game, it
yeah,
was actually like Lex Luthor, who was like one of the biggest people like trying to like get everybody like figure a
yeah,
way to like fix it.
yeah,
Which
yeah. Lex was kind
weird,
of the
but
like, look, I get that we're enemies, but I do like to breathe, and he doesn't want that to happen.
yeah, that's about right.
But here, I don't know. They did so well in that nightmare. I'm just even with Joker sitting there. You sent a boy wonder to do a man's job, and it's like,
That's
oh,
cold.
it's like, you did the thing. You shouldn't have done the thing, but you did. It was, I love it. I loved every second of it. I love the fact that Leto did kind of get
A second chance.
yeah, a second chance to be Joker, and it wasn't hit like a Lil Wayne Joker. It was Joker.
It was really like a mix of like everyone before, because it was like the like just the absolute insanity and more of the look of like the Arthur Fleck, like the Joaquin Phoenix, but it had
Yeah,
the sound and like the actual like facial scars of like the Heath Ledger. Like some of the things that he said were straight up like Mark Hamill. Like it
it
was,
it really what the way he talked about it honestly did remind me of. Did you ever watch the Batman Beyond Return of the Joker movie?
I love that movie. Yes, I've seen it plenty of
When
times.
the flashback with Tim when they did like the Joker Junior, and he's chasing down Joker, and Joker's like, all your secrets are mine alone to know, Bruce. And he did the whole monologue, under all those batarangs and cowls, all you are is a little boy crying for his mommy. And that whole, I don't know why that reminded me, but every time I'm watching, I'm like, oh, I guess it's just the way that he said it. And he was talking with like, he's just pouring everything out of his mind where it's like, oh, now just say I'd laugh if it wasn't so pathetic, and then say, "Oh, what the heck? I'll laugh anyways," and then start laughing. But speaking of Mark Hamill, so there's 3 seasons of Batman the Animated Series on HBO Max,
Mm-hmm.
and they end with Tim. Well, what I didn't know was that last last yeah, last year they started a new like storyline.
Yeah.
The Adventures Continue animated series Batman, same writers as the show, and they have confirmed that before Tim, Jason Todd was there.
Oh.
Because I'm reading these books and they did a little bit of the Red Hood storyline.
Mhm.
Oh, it is so. I mean, they obviously changed up what happened to make it a little more friendly for kids.
Yeah.
Because in the animated series, honestly, it is
It is still a cartoon at the end of the day.
yeah, it's still a kids cartoon. But oh, I there are 15, I think, issues on DC Infinite,
Mm-hmm.
and I have to wait till Friday to get 16, and then I got to wait till April 9th to get 17. And
Oh boy.
I was telling Serena the other night, I was like, you remember how I told you I had to kind of like stop reading comics because I'd have to wait? And she's like, yeah. I was like, guess what I have to do now?
Wait.
But no, I mean, Leto did so good. I love the Deathstroke scene with, which I know it is, then it's the, I think, end credit scene for the original for
So
Justice
well,
League.
yeah. So it was the post credit scene for Well, no, it wasn't actually. Was it post credits? I thought it might have just been like epilogue. Like it was like that scene and then credits, and then the post credit scene was like the Flash Superman race,
I think that
or was it the other way around?
it went, with Superman doing the thing, then it went credits, then it did the race, then the rest of the credits. I think that like the final end scene
Mm-hmm.
was the Deathstroke scene.
But I think my favorite part about it was the fact that it was while it was basically the same, it was a different scene because
Yes,
instead of setting up for an Injustice League, it was setting up for it was setting up the Batman movie that never came out because it was like he told Deathstroke Batman's real name.
which, and here's my thing, okay? And I said this Sunday when we watched it here. I'm wondering what specific line of comics Snyder's inspired by, and this is why. In the books, Deathstroke figured out by himself who Bruce was.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason why he never acted on anything was A, he wasn't getting paid.
Sounds
So
bad.
it was also kind of like a look, you've never done anything to me. I've never done anything to you. You have no reason to come after me. I have no reason to come after you. You're Bruce Wayne. Okay, I could care less. I'm not going to hold it against you. And it was more of like a mutual respect because Slade in the books is always, in a sense, kind of like, look, the dude's got to have like cojones this big. I couldn't do it. Look, I know kids dream of being Batman. I played Arkham. He's like going up super high. I'm just like, I would be pissing my bat suit. So I am kind of wondering because Slade also with the super soldier, because he did kind of the same thing that Captain America did.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a super soldier thing. It gave him like heightened intelligence. And that's how he figured out who Bruce Wayne was. That's how he figured out who Dick Grayson was and all them. So I'm kind of wondering if this isn't like a superpowered or like a super soldier Deathstroke, if it's literally just Slade Wilson in a costume.
I mean, I wouldn't mind it per se. Like even if maybe it's like super soldier, just not the intelligence part. Like maybe he's just like really smart, but he's not like
Yeah,
Brainiac or whatever.
yeah,
But it, I I wouldn't mind. Like I don't really care like how he comes about like the name. Like it just kind of it still helps set up for like a possible Injustice League.
yeah. And I
But
mean, and
it
I
and
would
it
love
it just it just like straight up sets up like the next what's gonna happen, and I would love to have seen that Batman movie.
Oh, and Joe did so good. Oh, he did so good. It was amazing. Just the you he was able to change his voice to where yeah, you knew it was him, but also it was like, okay, that sounds a lot like video game death or like animated Deathstroke, better not be wasting my time. It wasn't his voice, it was kind of like raspy, seasoned, I
Hmm.
guess the word would be. And then right when it cut to the nightmare and that mohawk and the
I really love the mohawk.
I love
I
the
will admit.
costume. I love the big like look like shoulder pad like football shoulder pads. He had the shotgun shells, and he was also like like he ha- he handled the suit to where it looked like a second skin for him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what I love about the current DC movies is the costumes. They 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 wear them like they are a second skin
Yeah. It
because that's what's
that was one of the things, right? Like it just looks so visually like appealing, and it
so
and
good.
like throughout the whole movie, and like that's something that like the Justice League just didn't have. Like some of the stuff from that movie just did, like Steppenwolf's character just didn't look right as like not
Yeah.
like where they made him like a half human, like half like weird thing hybrid, whatever it was. Whereas this one, like it felt more organic, and it was like, oh yeah, he's just all this, and then he
Yeah,
has armor.
yeah, his armor is a skin to him,
Yeah,
it's fluid. It's his skin was kind of intelligent.
yeah.
Where like when Darkseid came out of that like mirror thing where it just real quick, like I've been through this before.
Yeah, it was he was definitely showing the that dark side was the dominant there. And he was
What
like
I
trying
love,
not to.
yeah, what
Yeah,
I love that they took
it was
out,
good.
what I love that they took out was the whole fear thing, where fear was a big like a big aspect. Like in Justice League when Batman's holding old dude over the what is that fear? It's like really was that really important?
I
And then like, puts
I really hated that scene too. Like
that whole part was just it felt forced. Like, why is Batman? Okay, yeah, I get it. He's looking at he's investigating the parademons and all that. Why are the parademons there if Steppenwolf isn't? I mean,
also one thing I'm glad that got cut out was that, the weird Russian family.
yeah, they
Like I'm so happy they didn't make it in. Like that
yeah.
the fact that that was a Joss Whedon ad, it makes sense, and I hated it. I
I'm
hated
glad.
it then, and I'm glad it wasn't.
Well, I'm glad they took out the Steppenwolf ending with the You smell that fear, and it was like, really, is fear is that like your favorite word, Scarecrow? Chill out for a second. But
I mean,
also the
so he did, yeah, he did reference it though. Whenever
yeah,
like he showed up in Themyscira, like he referenced, he's like, you will know fear, and then she's
yeah,
just like, show him your fear. We have
that
none.
was that was
Oh,
so
great.
badass.
That
That
was,
was
oh,
so
so
badass.
good.
I have never seen a Themyscira part of any of the DC movies that I haven't liked because they do it so well where it's very faithful to the Wonder Woman comics.
I did. It was the opening scene of Wonder Woman
Okay, yeah.
84.
Other than that,
That
where
just was
it
not
doesn't feel
good.
like it's just a bunch of people acting. It's like, oh, okay, they are badasses.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be on this side. But and one part that I really am glad that they took out because every time I watch it, it's so stupid. Is when Flash is running around when they get to like I guess their version of the Bat Cave. It's like a Bat Cave, and it's like shut the hell up.
They
Do not do that.
I was, yeah, Josh like turned the Flash into just like comic relief, and I hated it.
Well, here's the thing. Flash was funny in this, but he was also useful. Flash did not
In the
need
Justice League, like he was just straight comic relief.
Flash was not needed, and I think the only time Flash was needed in Justice League was to wake up the Mother Box when
Yeah.
he's running through the suit. Other than that, he was not important.
You're
In
not
this,
wrong.
they yes, he was funny because the Flash is funny. He's quippy. He's smart. I mean, he makes little jokes, but I liked him in this. This
I
movie,
I liked Ezra Miller a lot better in this than I did Justice League. Like I'm
yes,
okay if this is the Flash that I was supposed to get. I'm okay with this.
I don't want the what is brunch? I don't. That's I like I did yeah. I did like how they fixed that whole scene of Bruce and him meeting where you couldn't see Ben Affleck laughing because that killed it for me because he's this is a serious moment and he's like you can see he's holding back a smile and it's like stop, get some help.
Stop it.
Stop, white
Get
people.
some help. Basically, yeah.
But and also they didn't make Flash a K-pop fan.
I could care less
Which
about.
which yeah, it doesn't bother me. That is one of those things that was like, okay, it was kind of cool because like when everything turned on, you saw Rick and Morty playing. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
this this is the time that we're living with this kind of variant, but also I can respect it because it's like you didn't make him too silly, and if he had all that playing in his little lair or where he's
Yeah,
squatting or whatever,
his room, yeah.
yeah, if you had like the Rick and Morty and all that playing, and we got the character of Barry we got, they really wouldn't have combined, I guess.
It
It was
it was just a different feel.
yeah, it was a different film, and I liked it. I mean, and I did the fact they kept the can I keep this? But here's the thing, and I noticed this watch around. Did you see how thick that batarang is?
Oh, it was
It's like
it was
that.
thick.
Like Batman doesn't kill.
Tusi.
No, he
Tusi.
does. He does. That he threw
Tusi.
a machete at someone. I mean, but it was look, this Justice League 9 times better than Justice League. And I'm sure that wasn't ever going to even be a question.
No. Like we all knew going in that
Yeah.
it was going to be better. It was just how much.
I love that. I think one of my favorite scenes has got to be the ending though. When Martian Manhunter is talking to Bruce and he's like, your parents would have been proud. And what I do love though is the fact that Affleck walks out there like, like, what the fuck? Who are you? And he's like, even the fact where he's like, do I know you? He's like, it's like 9 in the morning. What are you flying over my house? Really? But you can tell that that's a new scene though.
Yeah.
You can tell just in the way that Affleck looks like, I don't want to say younger, but he does look like he lost the weight to get back.
He looks in
scenes.
better shape now than he did the first time.
Yeah, or you can actually kind of like see, he's taking care of himself. It's not like he's kind of dragging ass, I guess.
He's in shape for a Batman movie that
Yeah,
I
exactly.
would like to happen.
Exactly. But I don't know. That it's probably one of my favorite scenes because, like, what do I call you? Well, I've been known by a lot of names, and then he doesn't say any of them. He says one. I've been known by a lot of names. I'll let you guess some. And he's like, whenever you're ready. But
they call me Martian Manhunter.
And it was so. I do like the fact he flies off and Bruce's like, okay, I guess
this is my life. I guess this is my life now.
Yeah, he's just like 9 a.m. on a Saturday.
All right, well.
But no, I'm glad that they fixed the Superman resurrection scene too. They didn't have the do you bleed? It's like
I didn't like that part, but I was sad that they didn't keep the
Pet Cemetery.
Yeah, Pet Cemetery. I wish we had that still, and the like the scene like after it's like he flies away and Batman's just like, oh god, I think I broke a rib.
Yeah, something's definitely bleeding. I am glad they kept that out. I don't
I
know why that
it
part
it
just
yeah, like it didn't fit the story, but it was definitely a Whedon ad, but
it was kind of
I
funny
enjoyed it. It was
where
funny.
he's like, "Oh, yep, something's definitely bleeding." But I did like the fact that they did keep the Flash running as Superman. It's like,
Well, so not necessarily keep. That would be something that Whedon kept because it's
yeah,
Snyder's original idea.
yeah, and that part is always, oh, it
It's
is
it's like
so
one
well
of
done.
the best scenes in the movie.
Where Flash is running, he's just like, you realize that his reflexes are like that. Where even though Flash is in the Speed Force, Superman can still like, the fuck you doing? But I love the dynamic of Batman versus Superman, right? Lois stops Bruce from killing Batman or from killing Superman.
Yeah.
And in this one, Lois stops Superman from killing Batman. It same angles, same everything. I loved it.
And it sets up the I love the ending because it like sets up the friendship between Bruce and Clark. It
And
was
I
really
do love that. I have always loved
it
that.
was that first good look that you get at it.
Yes, I've always loved like the friendship between them. Where and what I really hope they do, and if they do future, excuse me, future movies, is do it more of the comics where Superman is annoyingly friendly to Batman. Like there's a part and there was a DC, they did a Christmas Carol retelling,
Hmm.
but it was Batman, and there was a part where I think what was it, the ghost of present was the happy one, right?
I I honestly have no idea.
I think it is, but it was Superman, and Batman's working on getting all of his rogues back in Arkham, and he's sick. He's got pneumonia. He's Batman, so he's gonna work through everything. And Superman was like just annoyingly like, "Look, I can hear you coughing from Metropolis. Like, you need to go home." And like even like he'll pick Batman up and fly him, and Bruce is just like, "I fucking hate this." Like, I want to see that. Like, yes, they are friends, but Superman is annoyingly friendly, and we'll see Batman just like, "Oh, I'm about to kryptonite this fucker right now."
Did you notice that they changed the background of that scene though?
Of which scene?
That ending scene where he's like, well, how did you get the house back from the bank? He's like, I bought the bank.
I didn't notice that. I didn't notice they changed the
So in the Whedon, they show Lois carrying like a just like a random box, like they're moving everything back in. In
Okay.
this one, they show her carrying like a bassinet, like for a baby.
I did not notice that. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it.
Because like they also insinuated it from the pregnancy
Yeah,
test that she was
yeah,
pregnant, but then like they put another thing where it shows her bringing in like the bassinet for the baby. Like it was just basically so it when he says congratulations, like it's really meant to congratulate him on the kid.
yeah. Huh? I didn't notice that. Movie's 4 hours. I couldn't notice everything. Okay, but no. Oh, such a good movie, man.
It was
You know,
it was well
so much
worth it.
fan service. I love the Batmobile at the end,
Oh,
where
the
which
bat tank.
yeah, the Dark Knight Returns Batmobile,
It was
where it's like, oh
tank. Just
wow,
call it a
okay,
tank.
I have a question. How are you gonna drive that bitch through Gotham? I want to
Through
see.
Gotham. You don't drive it in, you drive it through Gotham.
Yeah, she's like, is there a building there?
No, there's
Not even.
not.
No, there's not.
Nope.
But no, if and I know that Affleck signed on for, I believe, I need to look it back up, but I believe he signed on for future like Batman projects and Snyder projects and all that. If they're gonna do a Batman solo film, which look, if they got Affleck to come back, please, Deathstroke all day long.
I bet you Manganiello would come back for it. 100%.
Oh, 100%. You know what I would like to see? They've done Two Face multiple times. You know, if they want to do Two Face, do Two Face. You know, give me a Clayface. I want a
Yeah. I'll take that.
Clayface. The ventriloquist. They have not done the ventriloquist at all in live
I mean,
action.
or just give me more Jim Carrey Riddlers. Like, I'll be fine with that.
Or Jim Carrey Riddler, but
Like, I'll take that all day.
give me the ventriloquist. I want to see Scarface. You know, they've already done Black Mask. You know, if you want to
Give me
do
a really good Poison Ivy.
Ivy, I would love to see Ivy. I would love to see their
I
Snyder's
would
Poison Ivy and
no.
Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn.
I would love to see an Ivy and then have an Ivy and Harley Quinn movie.
Yes, give me Ivy. Give me a decent Bane. You know, make him a Spanish luchador who's just, you know, do that.
Nobody cared about me till I put on the mask.
Penguin. I mean, I know that they're going to do Penguin in. I know they're going to do Penguin in the Battinson one, but
look, Danny DeVito ruined that for me. Like, I don't ever want to see that man again.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like they could.
Look, like that costume was so bad. And from now on, anytime I see the Penguin, so anyway, I started blasting.
Why do you do this to me?
I feel like I have to at least once an episode.
But no, give me like a Professor Pig. I mean, Azrael. Like, there are so many Batman rogues they could do, and they literally do the same ones.
Because it's the ones that people know.
Exactly. I mean, I would love a live action Clayface. Do a Mr. Freeze. Do a good Mr. Freeze. I mean, yeah.
The Ice Age.
Yeah, we said, you know, Arnie would be good for the Adam West show. I 100% agree.
Yeah.
But give me a genuine version of Mr. Freeze that does kind of mirror the animated series and the current comics. I mean, they perfected Scarecrow. Nolan's Scarecrow was so good.
Yeah, I feel like you got to let that one go. Like, don't.
Yeah, or
that.
Bring him back. Bring him back as Scarecrow. But like, do Bat villains that we really haven't seen.
I mean, new could be good.
Yeah, I mean, because look, I love the Joker is a great character. If they don't put Joker in a Batman movie for the next 4 movies, you won't hear me bitch.
We've gotten a lot of Joker.
Because we've gotten a lot of Joker. You know, yeah, I think there's really only been two Faces. But and if they do it right, I don't see why. I mean, or even just do Harvey Dent. I mean, do a year 1 storyline. Have Harvey Dent be just Harvey Dent for like a movie or 2.
Yeah.
Make you love that character and then blow his fucking face off. I mean, I know that the Batman is going to do Riddler, so do a good Killer Croc.
Okay, yeah, that'd be a good one too.
I mean, Zsasz, Victor Zsasz.
They set him up for something, didn't they?
Zsasz was in Batman Begins, I believe. He wasn't a big character. He was literally in there for like, I think a combined total of 2 minutes. But
no, wasn't he in? They had him in Birds of Prey. That's what it was.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't like him in that.
Yeah, I knew it was something recent that I remembered hearing that name.
I forgot he was in that. But give me a good Victor Zsasz. I mean, they have so many rogues they could do because Batman has one of the best rogues gallery, and you do the same villains all the time.
I mean, one that I would love to actually see, like make a return for like newer live action would be King Tut. Like it would just be one that like you would never think of it, but like
yeah, true.
Like sometimes it's the off the wall ones that make the best.
Like, yeah, I mean, like there are so
in terms of like Marvel, yeah, like in terms of Marvel, like Guardians of the Galaxy wasn't anything that people liked before. People love it.
Yeah,
now.
And then
even Iron Man, the one that really kicked it off was like it was something that everybody's like, really, Iron Man? That's the one you're going. and then you see what
Yeah.
happened.
I mean, and well, the good thing about Marvel is they do use their kind of obscure stories and villains to where it's like, okay, see, you brought that character into the light where it's like, okay, now more people can know. Look, we've had what, like 9 Jokers, and yes, I get that the Joker is Batman's archenemy. I get it, but if you really want to look at it, Penguin and Batman are different sides of the same coin. Both come from rich families. You know, both were pretty much could have gotten anything. One just kind of went a different way.
Yeah.
Give me a good live action Hush. That would be such a good fucking movie. Or even do a Bruce Wayne Wanted. I mean, there are so, and it seems that they mainly want to pull from the modern age, like from I think late '80s to about 2010 before they started in '52. There are so many storylines you could do. Nightfall, and I get that Nolan, he did have a little bit of Nightfall in Batman or in Dark Knight Rises, but look, do it. Look, Warner Brothers, if you're listening to this, I got
They're
an
not,
idea.
but
Okay?
please.
Yeah, they're not, but you know, hey, this is part of the fun. We talk about things we can never
We
have.
can hope.
Do a Batman. You don't have to do a trilogy. You can do a Batman series. Build characters up. Have Bane break the bat. Bring in Jean-Paul Valley and get the Asbat, the Azra, the big fucking from the '90s, the metal Batman who almost killed Bane and almost killed Joker. And I mean, there are so many storylines they could give. Give us a Robin.
Yeah, have we really not seen like a Robin in a Batman movie since because like I know they set up Joseph Gordon-Levitt, right?
Yeah, well, I don't think
But he
well, here's
wasn't
my
actually like he
yeah,
never
he
put
wasn't
on the
actually
suit. He never,
Robin,
yeah,
but it was a whole thing that they were. I think they gave him the name Robin, but it was also like he was going to be like a like kind of like a Batman Beyond.
yeah.
But no, I mean the
Because
last movie
Chris
live action
O'Donnell,
Robin.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, and I know that they did Robin a little bit in Titans, but that show sucks. Don't listen to Titans. Give me do a series like Marvel, do a series of Batman movies, and even if you just want to do Dick Grayson and Jason Todd, you won't hear people complain. Do a good, even if you have to make it rated R, do a Death in the Family. I mean, look, this is gonna sound dark. I want to see Joker beat a kid with a crowbar. I want to see Joker beat Robin with a crowbar. Okay, you wrote these great stories that you never use.
yeah. And it really comes down to just like the fact that DC is so dark. It's like how do you
Yes,
translate that into film? But it just
and
make it rated R. It'll work, I promise.
yeah, I mean, and if you bring in Dick Grayson and for 2 movies, and then he goes off and does his Nightwing thing, and then you bring in Jason, have Jason for 1 movie, just as Robin, and like put in the little seeds of okay, he's a bit of a loose cannon, something's gonna happen, and then in the next movie do Death in the Family, and have him die, and then maybe next movie or 2 movies later do Red Hood. Oh, DC could be the MCU, but Warner Brothers does not trust their directors,
AKA
and it's
Snyder.
very yes. If Zack Snyder did Under the Red Hood, it would make $1 billion.
I'll watch it.
I'd watch it all
all
day
day
long.
long. Yeah, all day long.
That is such a great storyline. Jason Todd, he's just a great character. Jason Todd is DC's Bucky Barnes. I
Yeah, I
mean,
can see that. Yeah.
it. They have the stories, they just don't want to use them. And that's why I'm working on what I'm working on. For those of you who don't know, I'll kind of say a little bit. I am working on a YouTube thing for Batman, just like a side little project. Like I'm not sure if it's going to be animated or not, but we have a plan. But and it's kind of showing like, look, you can do these storylines. You can do Hush. If you have to make it PG-13, you can find a way to do it.
Yeah.
It's not hard. You don't have to appeal. You can appeal to any fan. If you set it up, they'll watch it.
If you build it, they will come.
If you build it. What was it from Benchwarmers? If you build it, nerds will come.
I mean, obviously, it's a Field of Dreams reference, first of all, but Jesus Christ.
Oh, yes. You said your finger was a gun. But no, we were talking about nerd stuff. Look, I mean, John Lovitz, man. If you build it, nerds will come.
Yeah.
But no, Justice League, how would you rate it? 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10?
The 4-hour version, probably like 8.5, 9. Yeah, just because like some of that stuff could have been cut. Like you give me like a 3-hour theatrical cut, like we're probably going like 12 out of 10.
Yeah, cut out the little bits that were they were there because he wanted them there. I totally get that. Cut out the little bit that really didn't pertain to the movie. 15 out of 10. I mean, it was beautiful. The score was amazing. I mean, it redeemed Ezra Miller.
Yeah.
As the Flash. I mean,
it redeemed Ezra Miller, and you got to see like
more of Ray Fisher.
Yeah, like Ray Fisher. Oh my God, he did so good.
Look, I the first time I watched it, I cried 5 times. I'll go ahead and tell you. In the beginning, because I was like, we finally got it. During the I guess it's just the score they had during the Themyscira part, where old girl was dying under the horse. I was like,
it's so sad.
Let's see, what other part? Cyborg's father dying, because that was just it was so sad. It was so sad. Okay, maybe only 3 times, because I can't remember any other times. those 3 times. Great movie. I'll rate it 9 out of 10. The little parts that really didn't need to be there. Other than that, every bit of it was gold. But no, that was our Justice League. That was our take on Justice League.
Yeah. I was about to say next week. Yeah, next week we're gonna talk. Like we know that obviously Falcon and the Winter Soldier also started, but we wanted to give this its full diligence.
Yes, we felt like we waited long enough for Justice League. We need to give Justice League its own episode where you could hear even the little bits that we didn't like. You got to hear it.
Yeah.
So.
And so like we'll do the first 2 episodes of Falcon and Winter Soldier. We'll do those next week, and then after that we get Godzilla vs. Kong on the 31st. I can't wait.
It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good.
I'm so excited for this. You have no idea.
Well, good thing. Oh wait, 31st. That's on
It's on recording day. Yes, it's a week from today.
We'll literally finish it, watch it, and then we'll have it for the week after.
Yeah.
But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you haven't watched Justice League, how did you make it this far? Why did you?
Spoiler warning. Too late.
Yeah, we probably should have put the spoiler warning 45 minutes ago. But
we put the fin on the car. Spoiler warning. Okay.
Yeah. Well, if you started this episode, you knew it was going to be full of spoilers. Yeah. So, but watch it. Continue watching it. I saw on Facebook. There's a dude who's at 13 times.
Oh God, that's a lot of times.
I liked the movie.
He's the world's second leading expert on this movie at this point.
Yeah, you want to know what happens at 3, 17, 23? I know.
I was there a lot.
But no, help restore the Snyderverse.
Yes, absolutely.
We'll make it what it. I like the picture I sent you for Deadshot. Now restore the Snyderverse for being a dickhead.
Oh, I can't believe I didn't say this. I love the little Oh, what was it that was the American something suicide prevention?
Oh yeah, the
That
sign
was the sign, yeah, that he put in there.
that was what got me was the end for Autumn.
Yeah,
And someone made a picture, and it was the part where Martian Manhunter's telling Bruce that your parents would be proud, but it was him. Autumn would be proud, and it had
yeah.
Zack Snyder. He's like, I hope so. It was beautiful. That movie, it did have a lot of awareness. Though it wasn't hidden, but it was kind of like,
The American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. I knew it was an F, but I couldn't remember what it was.
yeah,
Yeah,
AFPS.
the AFSP. Yeah, it
All right.
was. It was. I
Yes,
love the fact because obviously that was added post, but
yes,
it was
obviously,
just
and for 100% understandable reasons. Yes, they had a lot of underlying messages in there that did it was for anti-suicide, and it was beautiful.
it
As,
was
as
it
someone
was
who
a very very good tribute, and
yes, and
I
as someone who has some friends who, yeah, it does kind of warm your heart. Where it was, yeah, yeah. That's
yeah,
all I can say.
yeah. We're not going to start crying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But thank you guys so much for watching. We're at 20 episodes, and I'm loving it, man.
I was
I'm
gonna say
loving it.
be sure to let us know like your thoughts, like what you'd rate it out of 10 in the comments
Yes.
below, like anywhere. Just like we want to see what everyone else thought about it too.
Yes, yes, we do. Thank you guys for sticking with us for 20 episodes. I got water in here, but here's to more episodes. Making just having fun every week. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Tell your friends about us. Have Michael Keaton in the back of your head go, tell your friends about me, about this podcast. And you have anything else you want to add, my man?
We'll be back next week with some Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Oh yeah. Well, this was Nerds the Word. I am Josh,
I'm Jeff,
and may the force be with you.
and this is the way.